So today we have new UFL news and gameplay to take a look at. Feels like it's been a while since we spoke about this game, but it's still in development and there's some news to go over. Make sure you leave a like for me, make sure you subscribe as well to get all the latest UFL news and updates. Start with some of the news here. So the first bit of news is that Xbox and PlayStation people can wishlist and follow the game on the respective stores. So if you go into the PS store and you search up UFL, you should see something there, even on the Xbox side of things. They put out some photos and it said, "Our goalkeeper's letting too many goals slip past. We've got you covered. Here's a new set of goalkeeper gloves." Just kidding, but improved goalkeepers are definitely in the works, alright? So we've got the gloves here, that's one photo. Then we've got the second photo here. It's got nice textures on the gloves. You know, it's very detailed, which is nice to see. And then we've also got some gloves here. Obviously, there's no Nike or Adidas licensing in the game, so the gloves will be generic. And here we've got the final photo there. So a lot of texture, a lot of detail there. Now we move on to some stadium shots. So it says, "From loud and majestic to cozy and homely, UFL arenas can't wait for their first games." Which one is your favourite? So the first one looks to be in some sort of Japanese setting. Very unique looking grounds. You don't really see this in FC games or eFootball, of course. This one is the #United Stadium, which looks pretty nice as well. Nice and modern. The grass colour looks fantastic and just a lot of detail in the grounds as well. This one looks like a massive stadium as well. A lot of fans packed in here. And then we've got another decent looking stadium. With UFL, I think the West Ham Stadium could be licensed. Maybe another one or two stadiums are licensed in the game, but the majority of the grounds will be generic. We've got some more photos here. It says timeless classics, acid, bright or neutral colours. In UFL you will find boots for every taste. And now we're going to reveal a few. Which one do you like the best? So you've got this one here. Obviously these are not going to be Nike, Adidas branded boots. They're just going to be generic boots. And then we've also got this one here. You can see the grass flicking off. And you've got the grass even underneath where the studs are. So there's a lot of detail here. FC24 does the grass thing as well, where it flicks around. And we've got the final photo here. You can see the socks have a lot of detail there, even the boots as well. I like how they give us these types of photos to take a look at. And a lot of graphics look very detailed in terms of the boots, in terms of the stadium and stuff. So I'm pretty impressed so far. But now it's time to take a look at the gameplay. So the following gameplay clips come from episode 6 of the UFL Journey series. I've put together a little compilation of the clips. I think the difficulty they use is probably a low setting. The AI does not really put up much of a fight in some of the clips. The goalkeepers look like they're pulling off some super saves as well, so keep an eye out for some of the saves. And to me, some animations and movements look a little clunky to me. Some do need a bit more polish. Even the goal nets need some polishing. Let's break it down here. I've got a few things to talk about. So we've got a pass here, and obviously it gets intercepted by the player. But the problem with the player was, he wasn't even facing the ball. How did he make the interception if he wasn't even facing the ball? Look at this. He doesn't even look at the ball. He's not even looking. Look at this. The ball's about to hit his heel, and that's when his head starts sort of turning. Try to do that in real life. It's very, very difficult. Somehow this guy manages to just control it and turn with one touch. Pretty hard to do in real life. Take a look at this one more time. Barely facing the ball until it's about to hit him. Then he sort of turns, but controls it with the left foot while his back is facing the ball. It's very hard to do in real life, if not impossible. You need eyes at the back of your head. And I was taking a look at the nets. In real time, you don't really notice it. The ball goes past the net, and then the net plays catch up to the ball. As you can see, it's a few frames behind. So they need to work on that. You can't have instances where the ball is out of the net and then the net sort of plays catch up to the ball. So hopefully they can fix that up. The ball goes into the back of the net, and you can see some of the players react to the goal now. You can see some of the players celebrating, some of the players getting angry, you know, saying what's going on, wake up, you know, that kind of stuff. You can see some of the defenders looking away. But the goalkeeper doesn't really have any reactions. Look at the keeper. He just sort of stares at the ball. There's no reaction there. He's just watching the ball, staring at it. So they need to give the goalkeeper some animation or something when they concede a goal as well, because they can't just get up, right, and just stare at the ball like that. And then we've got another one of those impossible moves here. Take a look at this clip. The ball goes in the air, right, and then this guy here with the white jersey plays an impossible pass. Look at that touch, man. It was a 360 no-scope. Look at that. How does he pull that off, man? Not even Ronaldo would have done that. The ball's in the air. He's facing the ball, and then he decides to turn his whole body away from the ball and somehow manages to pass it off. I can't believe some of these miracle passes and miracle touches these players are doing in UFL. Try to do that in real life once again. You need eyes at the back of your head. I don't want to be too harsh because it's still work in progress, but you need to talk about these things so they can see it and then they can work on it as well. But overall, it does look pretty promising. This is not a team that has decades of experience making football games like Konami and EA does, so we have to be sort of lenient more towards them as well, give them time, give them space to fix things up and all that kind of stuff. I think they sent out invites for play testing already, so you might have got one if you check your inbox. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about UFL at the moment. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it and giving you guys the latest updates as well. We've got some bonus tweets to read here. It says, looks like players and ball are stuck in the mud, hoping it will be faster and more fluid in release. UFL says they're working on it. They know that they need to improve animations and polish the gameplay a bit more as well. In terms of the closed test, if you've got the email saying that you're shortlisted for the test, UFL says everyone who is shortlisted will be invited, no worries. We'll contact each participant when the time comes. And then we've also got a question about the PC version. It says it's not the right time to discuss it at the moment. Right now they're focused on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.